1370 WOCA.
Ocala.
All right, 5 minutes after 11 o'clock. It is a beautiful day out there. Thank you for tuning in. I know some parts of the country are not doing so well right now with the rain, but I'm telling you, we've got a pretty good day right now. A week from Sunday, I'm invited to an event called the Bow Wow Powwow. How about that, huh? That sounds like fun, right? People are going to bring their dogs? Is that how that works, Robin?
I know. We're going to have such fun on that day. It's going to be a lot of fun.
And Kristen Levine is on the phone. I have her picture on the streaming video right now. I got it from her website, KristenLevine.com. She is a 25-year pet expert and a pet insurance advocate, and she's talking to us about preparing the workplace to ensure a safe and productive K9 to 5 work day, because today is Bring Your Pet to Work Day.
Cool.
Kristen Levine, good morning, Kristen.
Hello.
How are you? Where are you?
Good morning.
Where are you?
I'm in Tampa, so I'm not too far away.
Oh, so you've
Nice.
got good weather, too. You know, Robin's daughter works in Tampa at a veterinary clinic. What's the name of it?
Blue Pearl.
No kidding.
Do you know
Yep.
Blue Pearl?
You are kidding me. I sure do. I've taken my pet to Blue Pearl.
Do you know Shannon?
Oh my goodness.
Shannon.
I don't.
Shannon is the head veterinary surgical tech, so she does the surgeries
my
and
gosh.
stuff. So she's pretty
What a
pretty
small
good.
world.
Now you
I
know.
have probably seen her before.
Do you know?
And actually,
Go ahead.
I have a connection to Ocala because I have 2 miniature donkeys, and I adopted one of them from a miniature donkey farm in Ocala called Half-Ass Acres.
Oh, nice. Nice.
I didn't even know we had a place like that. Really?
You sure do. You sure do. Yeah.
We have
absolutely.
miniature
Disney.
half-ass acres. Oh my gosh, I got to find out about that. Do you know? Here's another connection. Years ago, when Robin and I did a radio show, maybe 20 years ago. You think it's been that long?
Yeah.
I used to bring my dog into the studio because I just thought I should. You know, if there was nobody at home, I might as well bring her in.
Every day she had her own blanket and snacks and food and water and everything.
And she had a following too, because when the UPS man came, she would bark, and then everybody got everybody got to.
That's awesome.
She used to get fan mail and gifts. So yeah.
And she gave out her potographs for raising money for charities in town. So
Yeah.
she was pretty famous.
That is awesome. Well, you were ahead of your time, Larry. That was probably before Take Your Dog to Work Day even existed.
That's
Oh,
what
it
Robin
was.
said. Robin said we started it.
was.
So so do you have your dog with you right now? Are you at home?
I sure do. Well, I work from home, so I always have my dog at work. Chili. He's sleeping right next to me. He's a great coworker.
How big is the dog?
And-
Is the dog bigger than the donkey?
No. Sorry. Yes. Now, miniature donkeys aren't that small. They're just smaller than a standard-sized donkey. So my miniature donkeys probably weigh about maybe 400 or 500 pounds.
Oh, okay. Okay.
Chili's considerably smaller. Thank goodness.
So it's an outside donkey, not an inside donkey.
Most definitely. Yeah.
So it says preparing the workplace to ensure a safe and productive K9 to 5 workday. What kind of things should we do?
Sure. Well, first of all, I think, if you're planning on having pets in the workplace, you need to set up some ground rules. And this is really for everybody's benefit. So, for example, you want to make sure that all pets have to be clean and well-groomed, free from any illness or disease, obviously.
Those are the same rules that I apply to me. Wait. I have to follow the same rules.
That's right. You can't come here unless you got a shower. Woo.
Well, this can just be this can be a general policy for pets and people in the workplace. But you also want to make sure that they're potty trained.
Yeah,
that's right.
And that there's no history of aggressive behavior, and also that pets. This really does work for pets and people, and also that your pets are restrained. And the reason that's important is, obviously having pets in the workplace provides so many benefits. It improves employee morale. People that get to bring their pets to work are more productive, and they tend to stay at work for even longer hours because they don't have to run home to let their dog out. So from an employer standpoint, there are a lot of benefits. But if you don't pet-proof the office, you can potentially be headed to the veterinary office. Robin, you've been to Blue Pearl, so you
Yes.
know those are hefty bills. When you're not expecting a vet bill, it can be pretty challenging.
Do you know what?
So a lot of
A great workplace to bring your dog is if you work at like an assisted living facility and you have your dog in there. Oh my gosh, that's like the best thing ever. They love
therapy.
They love seeing a dog come in, or I guess you could bring a cat. I don't know. I've seen people with parrots, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Absolutely. I visited my grandmother a couple years ago in Arkansas before she passed, and there were cats visiting that day from a therapy program, and they loved it. So absolutely, you're right.
You should bring your donkey.
They would love that.
Yeah.
I think they would. It would definitely be memorable, that's for sure. But yeah, I wanted to give you some quick tips for pet proofing the workplace so you don't end up headed to the veterinary office.
Okay.
For example, make sure trash cans, that anything that's within reach of a dog is either covered or set up higher. You want to make sure there's no foreign objects on the floor. At an office place, there might be paper clips or pens and caps, things like that, laying around on the floor. And as we all know, our pets are very curious, and I know Chili in an instant would start chewing on something like that. You also want to make sure that in the break room or wherever there's food that the pets don't have access to that, and also make sure that your coworkers know not to feed the pets. And you just definitely want to have rules in place about getting back to those pets that maybe aren't used to being around a lot of other pets and may have an aggressive reaction or a snap or something like that. You want to keep them confined. And the reason this is so important is because, in addition, aside of the benefits, the wellness of pets and people is the most important thing. And Pet Plan is a pet insurance company that actually has paid claims for people who have taken their pets to work and had a little unexpected incident. Like, for example, it costs about $1,700 if your pet ingests a foreign object and has to have it removed.
No.
I believe that.
Oh,
I
my
believe
God.
it. Sure, it's
Yeah.
surgery. Yeah.
Yeah. Or if they eat too much food in the break room, somebody's overfeeding them, it can cost you up to about $850 to treat a gastrointestinal issue. And these are just examples from claims that pets have paid.
Wow, that's a lot.
Yeah, and unexpected vet bills happen to any of us with pets 1 out of every 3 years. So that's why it's a great time to consider pet insurance, but also to be really careful about pet-proofing the workplace. Whether you're celebrating Take Your Dog to Work Day today, or you're able to bring your pet to work any other day of the year.
So and then how about for a summer safety? Because we hear some owners, they leave their children and their pets in their car, they run to the store, and then tragedy happens.
Robin, I am so surprised that we still hear stories like that. It's beyond me how people don't know better. But these things happen. We hear about it all the time, especially being here in Florida. So it goes without saying, but we'll say it again. You cannot leave your pet unattended in a car during the summertime, even in the shade. Even if it's parked in the shade and the windows are down. I've seen tests where they put a thermometer in a car and they leave it there for 10 minutes, and the temperature goes up to about 110,
Really
112
hot.
degrees.
Yeah.
Yeah, absolutely. So
leave
your pets at home.
Kristen, we do the show from the local mall, and so we have a window right outside the door, and we see people quite often having a dog in a baby carriage, and I don't see any problem with that. That way people aren't freaked out by seeing a dog in the mall.
That's a great idea.
Right?
I think it's really cute. Absolutely, and it gets your dog out.
By the way,
socialize.
you have a great floor. I'm looking at your pictures. I don't know how many people have ever complimented you on your floor, but you've got a great floor.
Nobody's ever complimented my floor. Thank you so much.
Well, I'm guessing you must have got down to the dog's level for these photographs. These are nice photographs, and the floor is really nice.
I did. The photographer, I had my headshots taken by a professional photographer, and he told me, he said, you know what, this floor is awesome. Let's use this floor.
Oh, so I'm not the first to compliment you on the floor.
Well, no, you're the first to compliment me, but the photographer is the one that said we needed to use the floor in the picture. So, yes, I was sitting on the floor.
Kristen, before we say goodbye, give us. I went to your website. It's KristenLevine.com. Is there any other information we should leave the listeners with?
Yeah, absolutely. Go to my blog and read more about summer pet safety or take your dog to work day. And if you're interested in getting a free quote on pet insurance, you can go to petplan.com, and it takes less than a minute to get a free quote, and then you will know that your pocketbook is protected if you have an
I'm telling you, that's really good advice. As a pet owner myself, you know that you're telling the truth. Thank you so much, Kristen, for being on the air with us. Have a great summer.
My pleasure. You too. Bye-bye now.
All right, we'll be right back.
This week, the calendar says summer, and Bob Wine's Camellia Gardens is ready with a fabulous array of deals starting with crepe myrtles. Bob has a bigger selection than anyone, and what's more, he's even got a BOGO. Buy one, get one free on all crepe myrtles in stock. That's just the beginning. Hundreds of roses are specially priced, with a coral, peach, red, and popcorn-colored drift roses, regularly $14.99, just $9.99. Gorgeous double red, double pink knockout roses,